Welcome everyone back to another episode of Send Noobs Dota 2 podcast. It's episode 7. A long time coming. It's been a while now since we've been on this. We've got some big changes coming. As you can see, you can actually see us, and that might not be a good thing. Tom,
No.
Speak for yourself.
You're doing all sorts of facial reactions, which I didn't realise you did in the normal podcast.
Well, exactly like I said. It's a whole new field that we're gonna. It's a venture.
You've got a face for radio, mate.
Probably. I've got a voice for it as well. I talk from my nose, and it's big enough.
Yeah.
Well, careful, you're going to suck up the curtains if you do that again.
That's all right. He shook his head. I don't know if his internet froze again.
Not cool, guys. I'm on 4G. We're good now. So let's just go straight into things then. Been a while. We're gonna just skip over a few things. We're gonna go all the way back now to the start of the DPC season. So, well, actually, no, not even the start of the DPC season. Before that,
Dota.
down to ESL One Hamburg, which not a DPC event.
Guten Tag.
It was.
No.
What do you mean no?
No, it wasn't a DPC event. Weirdly enough, there's only 5 of them. 5 majors.
DPC events.
5 majors.
Yeah,
which qualify for DPC points. So, wasn't there boatloads last year to get into TI? There was loads, and 5 just it doesn't seem enough.
Is it not?
But there's always something on them, isn't there? Sorry.
Well, that's what I mean. There's so many events going on. Why have they not spread the points out a little bit more? Make sure you get less for whatever result it is.
More value from a major.
Well, this is it. If you win a major, technically speaking, you only have to qualify for 1 more, and you're at TI. You don't have to do anything else.
Well, if there's only 5, then
I mean that makes sense in terms of how many spots there are. But what the fuck is wrong with your face?
It's a new
good deadly face on me.
It's a new era. I'm getting used to it, seeing myself.
Oh god. Yeah. So, what's the incentive, right? If you're one of the big teams, you win the first major of the season, for example. All you've got to do is qualify for the next one. That's it. You don't even have to try for any of the rest. Let's take a holiday for the rest of the year.
Seeding though.
I don't know, because it's different though, isn't it? They said there was going to change up. It's a big shake-up to the system.
They're trying it out, aren't they? Trying something new.
But like looking at it, it was quite. I quite enjoyed ESL One Hamburg, even though it's not major and that. Some of the big names turned up for it, and I think it did provide good entertainment value. And of course, Alliance was there, so I'm always happy.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, and predictions went out of the window as well. Like none of them came through. Bastards. Team Master, I think. I'm sure you said Team Master.
So I predicted VP.
That's alright, I thought you said 8.
I said Team Secret, I'm sure I did.
Whoa. now, Tom.
Sure.
Well, that didn't come true either way, whoever he predicted.
No.
So, well, let's just talk through this then. So, the upper bracket round 1, so you had Team Secret versus Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro knocked Team Secret down. Then you had Asta versus Vici. Vici knocked Asta out. So that left Vici versus Virtus Pro. Vici knocked out Virtus Pro, which I didn't see coming. I really thought, given how strong Virtus Pro were through pretty much all of the season last season, we would have seen them at least make it through to the final. But
the first tournament after TI, considering how TI rattled them, would you say?
They're cursed at TI though, aren't they? They seem to do well outside of the event, but as soon as they make it to the big stage, whatever you want to call it, they just don't perform.
Do you think this is brought on to VP by their marketing department?
Changing the colours?
No, prematurely releasing a certain picture about a Mercedes, a well-known internet picture.
I got a bit backlash that did, didn't it?
Yeah. And then they ended up being the Mercedes, didn't they?
Well, they tried it. They went for the memes. It didn't work. Whatever.
New head of social media now.
Well, yeah, that happened really quickly. That's it. New roster shuffle quick. But Team Secret, obviously got knocked down to the lower bracket, but then fought the way back through to the finals to eventually win the event.
It's good as well that the semi-final, was it the semi-final secret? Was amazeballs.
But the semi-final...
Yeah, that was the final.
Oh, no, yeah, the final, sorry, yeah, against VC Gaming.
Yeah.
Amazeballs. So they...
It was a good...
Was they 1-0 up and then they got creamed, but 2-1, and then they came back to back and won. It was a good round of Dota. I enjoyed it, and yeah. So moving on from that quickly, congratulations, Puppy, another major under your belt, and moving on to the first DPC points of the season, being DreamHack 10.
Dream League.
Yeah, Dream League. I don't know why I said DreamHack. I think there's another.
DreamHack's CS, isn't it?
Yeah, shut up.
It's part of ESL as well, isn't it?
Well, Dream League Season 10, I don't know, if you look at the production value, so we've gone from ESL One production down to
Which is quite nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. I enjoyed ESL apart from the Facebook.
Yeah, it's Facebook number 1.
And then, but Dream League, wow, production value took a dive.
Casting couch.
Yeah, did anyone see that?
I didn't see it live.
I texted you, didn't I, saying about it.
I didn't know what you meant at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Slacks who came over and sat on it. No, it was Zed Freak from the Complexity.
Oh right, okay.
Slacks was already on the couch, and then Zed Freak come over and or Z Freak, how Americans say it, came over, sat on it, and it just collapsed. It just collapsed. So, fuck knows how old the chair was, or the quality of it. It's if that would just set the tone of the whole competition, it wasn't going to go well.
It was a minor to start off with, so I don't think that production value necessarily detracted it. I like the idea of the minors being somewhere that a lot of the teams that you don't expect to see on the main stage all the time get the chance to come up, but without the pressure of everything that you get from a major. I don't want it to be massively overproduced or anything like that. I like the fact it was just sort of dead relaxed. People were having fun. Talking to the talent was dead easy. So, yeah, I can see why people would be annoyed about it, but I really liked it. I thought it was just a nice change up. I don't like all this casters wearing suits and all that sort of thing. We're not, some big professional like NFL, Premier League type stuff. I want them to be representative of the people that play the game.
But they turned up to work, and you got to look smart when you go to work. And, well, all right. I look smart when I go to work.
No, you don't.
Says you wear a polo shirt and he fucking is invisible.
Whoa. I do not wear a polo shirt, thank you very much, sir. Shirt and trousers.
But yeah, even going away from
the trend.
Going away from what they're wearing and that, all right, a bit more casual Friday on the minor. However, you still had the professional casters there, and it was like Dream League didn't inform them of what was going to be happening in the segments or anything. Exhibit 1 being there was a polar bear / bear thing.
It was a panda, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was it a panda? I don't know.
It was a panda, yeah.
It's a weird bear thing that's like a...
No bears. It's not
got it from Bargain Basement suit, and it was like a silent bear, and Shiva didn't know what was going on, and they didn't know what was going on, and the bear didn't speak at all, and he was waiting for the audio to come through the speakers to him. It was a very strange, like, sort of segment.
Can anyone comment on the production quality of other Dream League events?
Nope.
No, because they have got a major now, so I'd like to think that it's going to be scaled up a little bit. Because
I don't know, does Valve give a certain amount to these companies to host, or do they buy the rights to an event off of Valve, or does no money change hands?
I don't know. I thought it was just a prize money in it. I don't know what the back money is for the event.
Because maybe it's just a case that Dream League hosts it and they make their money off of the sponsorship that they get in for the event. So effectively they're paying out. But anyway, I liked it. I don't want to see every event like that, most definitely not. But for one event of the season, why not?
Well, what was the one before TI? Was that a PGL one?
PGL, yeah. That's quite a large one. They're normally majors.
Yeah, that was a nice animated one, wasn't it? I like that.
That was a super major, wasn't it? The Chinese super major.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was good. It had a real sort of comic booky theme to it, didn't it?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
So I can't remember who won Dream League.
Dream League, I've got it up 1 second. It was Tigers, wasn't it? It was Tigers. It was Navi and Tigers.
That's right.
And Navi made that dream run in the lower bracket.
Yeah, so they lost to Tigers.
Minus Dendy.
Yeah, they
quite good showing.
Against him. Was he standing somewhere? Was that the game? Was that?
No, yeah, he was. He was standing for Vega Squadron, and
That's
they
right.
2-0'd him in the low bracket.
Yeah, didn't go well. That did it?
It didn't.
But I think there's a lot to be said for teams that give it a go with a standing, because it's never the same as having your full roster. So I don't think it's any slight on Vega Squadron or Dendy that they didn't win, because I think most of the time, unless you're getting like a AAA player to stand in for you, a la Mind Control, it's just not going to happen.
So just looking at it though, looking at the teams that were in this, it doesn't seem like any of the major, your EGs, your OGs, your Liquids, your VPs are in this tournament. It's like a...
Well, it's a minor, isn't it? So
it's an experience.
Still DPC points though.
I'm not quite sure how it works. Is it not a case that these top tier teams already get an invite to the major, and the whole point of the minor is that you're a lower team who gets the chance to qualify for the major?
I think I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
I cannot remember.
Yeah, I think that's the idea behind it. I'm not sure how you get the direct invite. I think it's on past performances. But obviously it's the first year that this is going on, so how they've worked out, I'm not quite sure. But this is definitely the reasoning behind the minors, is that not only is there prize money and a chance for teams to get to play and get better, but there is that spot in the major as well.
Good.
Seems fair. Seems fair. It gives the tier 3, tier 2 teams a bit of a chance. And we're moving on from the poor production value of the Dream League. Going on to PGL. Tom's favourite PGL. Was on about PGL a second ago. Now we're back to PGL as the first major, the Kuala Lumpur major.
Kuala
Lumpur. There's some controversy about that. I think you touched on it just a second ago, going about Mind Control standing in for a certain team.
Yeah, okay. So for anyone that isn't aware of this, there was some visa issues where people from... Which country was it?
Israel.
Palestine? Was it Israel? Israel were not allowed in to...
Malaysia.
Thank you. So this was obviously a political thing. I'm guessing that if anyone had done any research beforehand and looked at the nationality of the players going into the event, they would have known that people weren't going to be able to attend. So... I understand that Valve's trying to push this out across the world and trying to get, a really broad spread of events, bring fans in from all different areas, nationalities, and all that sort of thing. And I'm really down for that. I like the idea that you can play with anyone in the world. But I think it's got to be a level playing field, and you can't just go disqualifying people based on their nationality.
Don't put it in a country that is going to have visa issues or these type of issues. And
yeah.
It seems silly. Valve's a big organisation. They'll have people in the background who do all the checks and stuff. So if Lord Gaben can't put an intern on just this, then I don't know. I've just got up the tweet PPD put out, so I've got that on the stream at the moment.
On them.
It's just, we formed our team with Netta, that's 33. Poti, Noah Valve would be placing the Dota 2 majors this year. Upon the news of the first major being in Malaysia, we were concerned about Netta's, I don't know if I'm saying that right, ability to obtain a visa. I don't know all the details. From what I've been told, Malaysia doesn't think very highly of Israel. So, and it goes on and on about that. So basically, it seems to be like a political thing between Malaysia and Israel that's sort of spilled over into the esports world.
Yeah, I think the only good thing to come out of that was the fact that, well, I say it's a good thing. PPD tried to contact Valve about this because through the no visa being granted, they were going to be hit with a 40% reduction in their DPC points. Yeah. So here's a question that someone might know the answer to. do you get the 40% reduction straight away on points that you will earn at that event and previous ones? Or is it just from that event? Or is it applied at the end of the season?
Ooh.
Where you lose everything? 40% of your season's DPC earnings.
That'd be harsh if that's true.
I'd like to think it's just for the one event. I'd like to think it's just for the one event.
That would make the most sense to me.
You incur a DPC point penalty, 40% reduction for using a stand-in. I would imagine that's for the one event.
That'd be dirty, wouldn't it?
That would make sense, but I just wondered how they would do that.
Lower. It should be like 20% for one player. I don't know.
I think that they're really trying to cement the idea that a team is a team, aren't they? They're trying to stop this whole roster change. I know other competitions, franchises, whatever you would call it, like COD, for example, have a roster lock where you're just not allowed to change players inside the roster lock period. A bit like the Premier League. There's certain times where you can change people, and if it's not that period, you just can't do it.
I've heard this other esports, but I'll never quite believe it.
Yeah, some like 12-year-olds play them. I don't know.
Lesser sports.
Lesser sports. So, all in all, is it Valve's job, here we go, to police which countries Dota is hosted in?
For a DPC scoring event, I think they should do. I think they should have some input into it. Like I said before, it's a big enough organisation that I feel that they've got the money to throw at it. I mean, the prize pool's that big. I mean, what's employing somebody on a wage to look into this sort of stuff and ensure that stuff like this doesn't happen?
Artifact.
What about it?
Go.
That's all that's taken up Valve's time recently. They don't care about visas.
This is true.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sell some artifact cards.
Yeah, what did I see on Reddit today? 200 meg patch for Dota. Thinking, Mars. No, it's a trailer for Artifact.
It is a trailer for Artifact. Yeah,
quite a nice trailer though. I liked it. So it did turn out all right though for them. They got mind control to stand in for them. So I mean, it's not a bad. It's not the worst outcome that could have happened for him.
No, that's only because mind control was available.
And PPD tweeted.
If no one was available?
PPD.
I was available.
I think it helped me point out in the public eye. It forced Valve to say, "Oh no, we're not going to be deducting points because it's out of your control."
They shouldn't take that though, should they?
No, it shouldn't, and it should have been stated clearly from Valve to PPD beforehand. But I don't think it was because. Otherwise,
he's the man that makes it happen, isn't
he? He's quite influential. I quite like PPD. He's growing on me the more and more.
Who else likes him? There's someone else that's a big fan. Big fan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
just to put it out there, he does a fair amount for the Dota community. He started up his own, season in North America to help aspiring teams get there. So it's not a DPC event or anything like that. It's just a league that North American teams can compete in to try and get better, basically.
Good.
It's quite good.
Fair
Why
one.
not?
Fair one.
So on to the actual teams that placed well in the event then.
E.g. the king of the thirds. Third place Masters. They just smashed it into third place. I thought that was quite good to say all the controversy and that from beforehand. I think...
There's a couple of good runs for multiple teams. I mean, Team Secret went all the way through to the finals. Virtus Pro had, obviously, a drop, but that was it, and they carried straight through to the final after that one loss. TNC Predator looked like they were going to go the distance for quite a while, but, they lost out to NIP. So, bit of a shame from them, but let's see what they do at the next event. Maybe they'll make it a bit further.
Well, they've been doing all right this season, haven't they? This latest, what are we on... I'm not going to say it, but this latest
Chongqing Major.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Chongqing Major. No, it's not how you pronounce it. I can't pronounce it.
I can't pronounce it because I'll get told off.
But yeah, I think they did well. I mean, they went down to they started off in the upper bracket, which is decent, and then NIP put them down, and they did a nice run up until low bracket 5.
Yeah,
round 5?
So they made it round.
Round 6 actually. No, lower bracket finals. Sorry, because they got retribution on NIP in the low bracket.
Who are we talking about here? Sorry, EG.
EG.
Yes. Yeah. So they're playing too well, I think, to not win something this year.
They're always going to be up there with them.
Yeah, I think there will be an event will happen where they just click and they make it through to the final and absolutely smash it. It's going to happen. You know they're going to be at TI. Let's just see whether or not they do that by an accumulation of points or just outright win a major.
And going from the new school, going back to some of the old school with Team Secret. Team Secret did went from doing a lower bracket run in the last one in the ESL One Hamburg, and moving on to doing an upper bracket run all the way to the final, and even knocking down VP from the upper bracket finals.
That VP was the only game they lost as well on that run.
Yeah, well, yeah, apart from the group stage, but
yeah, but you've not included that on the screenshot I've got to hand, so
no, that's
unavailable to comment.
But yeah, they did really well and made it all the way to the final, and that was a stormer of a game. Absolutely amazing Dota coming out from everyone.
I think VP's just clicked again, haven't they? They look like absolute juggernauts through, I'd say, a good 70% of the last season.
Yeah.
They're going to go the same way again. I think they've hit their stride now, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see them win another one, maybe another 2 events this year.
Well, going on to VP, they look really well, and then from Team Secret, the Team Secret game, they 3-2-2'd it. It was so weird in the grand final. It was like I didn't know what was going on. So the Secret won the first game, which was fair dues, and then in the second game, I thought Secret were going to take that again because I can't remember who it was. One of them was 3-2-2, making some absolutely dodgy calls, and I'm sure he did was it not one of them like a big black hole or something? He fucked a big black hole just on his own, randomly.
Oh yeah, he totally missed it, didn't he?
There's no one near him at all. He just fucking black holed into nothing.
Hey, I've fingered creeps before his lying. It's easily done. You think, I'm just going to suck him off, press the wrong key, and you're like...
Oh yeah, we've all been there, but we're also not the best in the world.
It just shows the human at the end of the day.
Just rewind, rewind, hold. Rewind, what did you just say?
He likes to finger creeps.
We're not the best in the world. What?
We're the best at our MMR bracket.
Debatable.
I am the best at my MMR bracket of 25.
Yeah, how you've got an MMR of 25? How many years have you been playing Dota for now, Tom?
I think I've just done 800 hours. So
800 hours and you've got a 25.
Delete life, mate. Delete life.
There's no coming back.
That's why he decided to have a kid.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what?
I've got an excuse now. I've got an excuse.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, mate. That's what it is.
Sorry to be mean to you.
Laugh about losing 25. That's fucking half my MMR. Lost another one. Yeah, great. Back to 1.
Back to 1.
So moving away from the recent events that have been going on, and moving into some just generalist topics. So first one we're going to be looking at is some caster beef. Boom, boom, boom. Bulldog. Of course it's going to be Bulldog. Talking about visa issues earlier, how can we talk about visa issues without involving Bulldog somewhere down the line? But this isn't about visa issues.
If you go into Canada, Jesus.
Yeah. So looking at this was a proper bizarre one from me because it was... where is it? He tweeted back to somebody, just kicking off. Where is it?
We all get triggered.
Yeah, here we go. So so this T Panda Dota. So I think he's like a freelance caster or some skin. He put out like a tweet, didn't he? Because Bulldog jumped on the official casting with him.
Well, he casted himself, didn't he? I believe it was on his channel, but he was approached by WESG to do his own coverage of the event. I believe.
Don't know.
And obviously, this other guy.
I think it was the official one. I think it was but I think it was an official one through Dota, so you could actually go onto it. And I think, because he's put jumping in the lobby. So that to me suggests that he was in the same sort of area he was in.
Well, I don't know if it was that. I think he was doing it via the Dota client, which they all do. But basically, what happens is, as part of Twitch, you can set a delay on your stream.
Yeah. This is like stream sniping, isn't it?
Yeah, effectively. So it's sort of best practice to put a delay of X amount of time on your stream to stop stream sniping, but obviously Bulldog didn't, and that put him a little bit ahead of every other streamer that was streaming it. So and
what was that?
People want to watch the most up-to-date thing, don't they?
And probably the risk, isn't there? There's a risk of cheating there as well.
There is a risk of cheating.
Everyone's got an iPhone, or just a smartphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd watch. I don't care if he's got a lag or not. I'd watch Bulldog over any other, because it's who you like to follow. You know, I quite like my streams interrupted by random movies,
and weebs in chat and
free content,
screaming,
free content.
It's a daily dose of internet, etc.
It is. I think it depends who's casting, but there's very few people that I'd choose over Bulldog because of the lulls you get out of it. But
yeah, it's what you're used to. But you know, I can understand the stream sniping. You on it on PUBG and things. They go around pressing the horn, you find out, and you get an idea where they are and shit like that.
Yeah, it does ruin it. I can understand exactly where this guy's coming from, but there's better ways that you could do it. You can't.
But if it's a proper tournament game, surely there's some moderators, referees.
Well, this is what the guy was saying, wasn't it? He was basically saying that WESG had said to him that and to quote his tweet here, it says, "The next time set up your delay before casting an official game from a lobby, which you should probably know since you've attended events." So then he goes on to say, tournament organisers have set up a 3-minute delay for the tournament. It is also to prevent ghosting / stream sniping of wards.
Right.
So he's saying that was instructed by WESG.
Yeah.
You know, they said that. Apparently, Bulldog was contacted at the last minute to stream the event, and he obviously didn't get the memo, or he didn't care. I don't know.
Didn't he? He just thought, fuck it.
Yeah, he just thought, fuck it, let's go. And can you blame him?
No. He's a caster, he's his own. He does what he wants.
So, exactly.
Looking at this from like a professional view, even from Bulldog, I think, all right, this guy's been a bit of a dick and he's gone around it in a bit of a shit way. He's come out like a proper bitchy put down, like where it's like I dropped the mic like like fucking like where he's like I've got respect for everyone who do their job, just not you. Like drops that mic. Could he not have done that better?
If you're being professional about it, you don't call out someone on Twitter, do you? You go through the official event organizer and say, "Hey guys, I realise that you've asked Henrik to do this, but he didn't follow all the rules that everyone else is expected to follow." Was he even told about the rules, or has he just gone off and done it by himself? And they'll probably turn around and say, "You know what? Yeah, that's basically what's going to happen, though, isn't it? You're going to get told,
he gets us more views than you do. Shut up."
Exactly. His stream, our content, gets the name out there. 3 minutes. Don't care.
And it sucks, but not everyone's Bulldog, so you just got to lump it, haven't you?
Yeah. I think he could have done it a bit more professional way. I think
that's how he's getting his name out there, by picking these fights.
People love it though, for that reason, don't they? That's probably why he does get all the views.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a pretty edgy streamer. Underneath all the self-deprecation of calling himself fat and washed up and all that sort of thing, he says some stuff that you probably wouldn't get away with.
Most people wouldn't get away with.
People
wouldn't get away with that.
No, and I think he's reined a lot of it in since he started working at events.
Yeah, since he's dropped working it and actually going properly with his sort of career stream.
Yeah, exactly. But we all remember. I'm not going to mention any of it, but we remember.
We will be mentioning some of it in a bit. But just going on to other news. This has happened a while ago now. But obviously, OG never attended the first events to the season, given some time off after.
It's because they're pissed up, fucking.
Well, pissed
still
up
trying to open champagne bottles.
like liquid. But they wanted some time, I think, to give Anna time to decide what he wanted to do. Because obviously, he was like a stand-in, who just come in to help him out for the TI. And ended up winning, and so it put a bit of a big decision on his shoulders. But he's ultimately come to the decision to call it a day for now. Again, to go through, concentrate on his personal life and whatever he's got going on in his life. And he released a statement through OG, I believe.
Yeah. Do you want to read that out for us, Tom?
Where the fuck is it?
I should have put some like proper things in it just to like get him to read it. Yeah, to get him to like paraphrase it as such. Just to
Thank you to all the guys in this team. It was a pleasure playing/working together. Working again with them, plus some new members. I would also like to thank Parcel and Charlie for being such great assistance to myself and the team. For now, I think there is more time needed for myself, and right now my motivation lies elsewhere. Good luck for these great bunch of guys, and I wish them the very best. OG will always be the happy place.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is UK education system on display for you all to see and listen to.
Let's back off it. Some of us can read. I don't know how many beers he's had before he started the stream, but some of us can read.
I'm glad it was in bold, because otherwise that would have been hard to read.
Yeah.
What are you guys making from that then? From his decision to win a TI and then just fuck off again?
Is he taking the money and run?
Yes. Yeah, and I totally agree with doing it.
And on the high. Look, his history, Mobility Gaming, Invictus Gaming, OG.
He's won a lot with OG though, with the majors and stuff.
Team World, Echo International, OG.
I think he came back as a favour. I don't think he wanted to play. I really don't think he was that down to play for Dota anymore. It was more like a favour to No Tails and what had gone on, that he came back just to help them out for one last tournament.
Isn't that amazing that you could be the sort of person that thinks, you know what, I'm not really into the game, take a break. One of your old friends comes and says, we really need someone to help us win this tournament. You go, okay, I'll jump in, and then you win.
He's 19.
Fucking hell. Retiring from his professional career at 19.
He's 19. Jesus. He's got total approx earnings, according to Liquipedia, 2.8 million. So,
good on him. Good on him.
He's been, born in 99, started playing Dota in 2013.
Whoa. Born when?
99. Born 99. First Dota team at 13.
I know it might not look like
later.
it, but this is 33 years old. And so these two down here. So, we might look about 19, 20, but we've been through the mill a little bit.
Don't lump me in with that. I'm not 33.
You're 32, yeah. You're coming up 33, and Tom's 33 next year. But we all look teeny boppers.
Rick does with his moisturised face, with his youthful, good hipster vibe.
Yes, I've just got some hair to hide, unlike you got. I heard on the grapevine that Anna will be using his newfound time and money to put himself through culinary school. He wants to be a chef.
Oh, right. I was thinking that. I was thinking he's probably going to go education or something, but I want to guest chef. But do what you want. Do your passion. Do what you want to do. He's earned it, hasn't he? He's earned enough money to last him a lifetime or to set himself up.
If you want to be that guy, you could go through it all, get the experience. Then, as long as you keep the money to one side, you can set yourself up a proper swank restaurant for that much, not owing anyone.
He's being sensible, isn't he? Being really sensible.
Yeah.
Fair one.
I think it's the way forward. Good for him.
That would not happen if it was me. Hookers and cocaine. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Don't do house. Don't do house either.
He's been replaced by PyCat.
And how do you think that's panning out from?
It's going to take time.
Yeah,
it's also, PyCat is a proven player. His career, he's been around since Dota 1. He's played on Evil Geniuses, LGD, Na'Vi, Optic, and now OG. So it's not like he's new to the big stage. It's not like he's new to big teams where things are expected of him and he's put under pressure. It's just going to be the usual. Things take time to click. It's going to be a while before they gel. Let's see what happens.
Was PyCat looking for a team or something?
He was part of the Optic roster that was let go. And he didn't. I don't know whether he didn't want to join the team straight away, or he just couldn't find anyone he clicked with and was just waiting. But yeah, so
he's 26. He's a bit older.
Yeah, look, his total earnings 300,000. He was that big money.
One TI will change that. That's it, isn't it? None of these guys, a lot of these guys are not massive earners until they hit TI. And then that's it, isn't it? It's just
got to be a winner, though, haven't you?
You've got to be a winner, yeah.
So
one day.
Let's go into the. I think it's time to broach the edgy content now.
Over to you.
Serious face.
Serious face.
You can take this one, Chuckles. What is that? Can you read that?
1 second. So obviously, there's been a bit of controversy in esports/Dota over the last month or so, which is accumulated into a couple of players being banned from the next major. So the issue that I'm talking about is the Cuckoo and Skem comments that they made. So did Cuckoo say it? One of them said it during Dream League, during a game in Dream League.
The CC.
So the comment, and don't ban me Twitch, Ching Chong, just to quote somebody. So that was said in a
Bulldog.
No, Ching Chong's what they said. So
yeah, no, the Bulldog says that.
He said other things as well as that. So, but that's what I'm going to say. We'll go into that in a second. So Cuckoo and Skem, one said it in Dream League, the other said it in a public game. One got kicked from the team, so Complexity, and the other got a fine from I can't remember the team now. Where is it? This is preparation. Here.
That's it. I'm just trying to. Are they not both on Complexity?
No.
One of them I think one of them got benched though, didn't they? Which effectively is you're not on the team anymore, but we've just not kicked you.
No, I think it was Cuckoo was on Complexity and he got.
Cuckoo's TNC.
So Cuckoo's got a 3-match ban, I think, a fine, and Skem got booted from Complexity and put on back on the market. And obviously, it was coming up like it was going to be someone's going to get lightly banned from the tournament because of all the pressure the Chinese government was putting on from the Chongqing major.
Yeah, I mean that's unacceptable. You can't be letting the government get involved in something like this. Surely it's a sporting event.
And mate, if they can ask Google for the dedicated search engine and the great Chinese firewall, they can. If the major's going to be there, they can do what they want.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? I would argue
they shouldn't. But
the event shouldn't be there.
So
it's quite simple. The event just shouldn't be hosted there. I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with racism in any shape or form. I don't necessarily even believe that they're racist because I think people say things to try and goad the other team or piss people off or purely in jest. It doesn't make you a racist. It might be a racist comment, but it doesn't mean you're a racist person.
No.
And to ban someone from an event and possibly even the country just seems idiotic to me.
It's at the end of the day, the young lads, they're going to make stupid mistakes. And the only way they're going to learn from the mistakes is by making them. And to punish, they got punished. The organisation's punished, and one got kicked from their team, which is quite a severe punishment in its own. And then the other got a monetary fine, which was quite substantial money, and whatever else he got done to him from TNC. However,
how much was that fine? Do you
know? Not from the top of my head without going into it, but for a government to step in and start applying political pressure. I mean, we've talked about earlier with Malaysia in the Kuala Lumpur major, not allowing one of the Israeli participants to come into the country, which is a bit of extreme. Valve really needs to step in. Well, not step in now, it's too late now. Damage has been done. But need to get a grip of organisers and that and say, look, if stuff does go amiss, we're going to probably pull the event and host it elsewhere. Because it's not acceptable. It got dealt with, and we're content it got dealt with, and that should have been it left. And I think it's stoking a pot, and I think a couple of the casters and that they hit the nail on the head. I think Paul showing a red eye. He hit he hit the nail on the head in his tweet. He put like, "You cause more issues than you solve by retribution. In hindsight, this isn't clever." And yeah, definitely some word of wisdom.
There's a big difference as well between the way the two bannings, let's call it that, transpired. In that one was that there's a very political reason that people were not allowed in to the country for the Malaysia event, whereas this wasn't about people's nationality. This was about singling out individuals who'd made a mistake, no doubt, but is that enough to ban someone from a country? Effectively, that's what you're doing, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're making it so they're just totally unwelcome. You might not officially, revoke their visa, but you're just making it so they can't go there or they can't compete. And I think that should be, if the government feels so strongly that they want to mention something behind closed doors and just say, "Hey guys, we're really not happy that your event or your game has been brought into the light in this fashion," then that's absolutely fine. I think that's okay, but it should be left up to the event organisers or Valve to make the decision on what happens.
Here's one for you. Here's one. So, do you not find it trivial, the insult? Just going back to our youth, go back all them years. As kids, there was a trivial song on the playground that involved a Chinese man pulling a cow's tit and pulling the wrong one and getting covered in shit, and it used the same phrase. And we used to use that as kids, and naively, obviously.
I don't know this. Can you sing it to me?
No, we're not going to go down that route. But obviously,
I'm being honest though. That was a primary school thing, right? Because I don't know that song.
I know this song.
Went to milk a cow. Sing, didn't know how. Pulled the wrong tit. Got covered in shit.
Yeah,
no.
It's.
No,
yeah,
that was a kid.
Right,
I didn't go to a racist primary school, just by the way.
Such a dickhead. Such a dickhead.
We went to a CV one.
But, yeah. Getting touched by priests and all sorts.
Oh, God.
Loved every minute.
But it went back seconds.
Yeah. But it's just I just think it's a very childish comment. I don't think it's that much malice in it, and
he's not the first person, and he's not going to be the last.
No, definitely
is
not.
Is it because the Dota scene and what's happening? The TI next year, and they're just trying to knock on his head. How much money do the Chinese players buy battle passes for?
Yeah.
Compendium, levels, and
I think that's
the
what
money
it boils
that's
down
there.
to. I think that's all it boils down to.
It's money,
yeah.
And Valve's gonna see that pot of money and go, actually, yeah, I value that money.
It's a big cash cow.
If someone else was not, someone else was collecting it. So
big cash cow.
Forget the players.
They've got to appease the country.
Forget the people that are buying individual items. I believe last year for TI, ESPN streamed the event on ESPN3, which although is an online channel for them, it's still an ESPN channel streaming.
It's a lot of eyes, isn't it?
Did it exactly.
Yeah, basically. Esports is getting big.
Mass media. So
you can't be racist on that when it's that sort of.
You need to stamp it out, but
that sort of reach.
If Valve don't step in, but if Valve don't step in, isn't there a risk of it becoming a political environment where politics does have a say in them? I mean, obviously, politics are going to have a say in it some way or another, but for them to allow it to ride like that, you're going to risk now other events.
Quick one, Dota. As fun as it is toxic.
Yeah.
It brings out the worst in everyone. At some point, you can be.
I've heard some.
You could be a priest. You could be a priest.
Stuff.
And
even me.
Yes. Or even you.
You have been known to throw the tiniest hissy fit.
We've all been there and shouted stuff that in hindsight, we hope the neighbours didn't hear.
Yeah. And it comes every language.
Oh yeah.
everyone's at some point will slag you off, and you will undoubtedly retaliate to someone that doesn't deserve it as well.
Here's a good one for you. Have you ever experienced so much racism towards you as an English person since Brexit started?
I think before then it was just as bad.
I mean, people took the mick, but now it is like all the Europeans hate us.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fair enough.
Jealous, aren't they?
Don't care.
Yeah, we've got all of the rain clouds and smelly, dolly scumbags over here. Who wouldn't want to live in England?
I can't see. Yeah, I can't.
I don't want to.
No, we need
until I win a TI. I'm stuck here, so
that's the problem.
Please. I probably think it's the years of previous in slavery and strengthening of the empire. I think the English can take it now. They're like, well, fair enough. We've been dicks before.
Whoa. So... Sins of our fathers. Let's not blame each other.
So let's get back on track then. So moving away from the Chongqing Major, CCNC made a comment in a pub match in South America. He made the comment calling someone an ape, which took a lot of traction. I think it got blown up a bit more than what it needed to, because I don't think like the community outcry from the Brazilians wasn't bad. I think there was more. He released a statement apologising for his comments. Didn't realise that it would been taken that way, and the Brazilians seem to be really sort of supportive of him.
Is he protecting himself based on what's just happened with?
Yeah, but then if you look at how Skem and Cuckoo they got trapped by the Chinese and that. The threats were made against them and all sorts.
Now, is this because there's a bit of a difference here in that he plays for a team from the region, first of all? So it wasn't like a Chinese player or someone playing for a Chinese team making fun of Chinese people, was it? So there's a slight difference, but I don't disagree. I think looking at the backlash, which there was very little of, and then looking at his response where he apologised, I think this one can be chalked up to a genuine mistake. I don't think it was meant in the way that people have interpreted it.
No,
I could be wrong.
Blown up out of proportion. I think, but when did people become such snowflakes that stuff like this is going to... It's so weird how little...
It's PC gone mad, mate.
Comments,
well, at the same time, yeah.
You don't think it's going to have such an impact or anything, or just off the cuff comment get blown up so much and cause so much controversy.
Public scene, you're in the public eye. You can't. This is showing that you can't play Dota without apologising afterwards, based on what Dota does to people. And like I say, he might not have known that it's a bad word, but he probably does.
I'm waiting.
Same way as you say out to anyone, and someone will take offence.
I think we're going to see teams banning their players in contracts from speaking in game.
Probably.
It's the safest way.
You can't muck it up if you're not allowed to speak, can you?
But how does this compare? Was it Puppy that raged at Thompson saying to kill himself?
Did he?
Puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
It wasn't racist though, was it? Just a physical.
Oh right, that's all right then.
It's not racist. Just hang yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't care where you're from. Just die.
Yeah. Well, the amount of times I've been told to go kill myself in games, it's.
Well, sometimes it's warranted. Let's be honest.
That's just from us.
Third world carry.
I'm not a carry.
Carry.
I know that's the problem.
But yeah, it seems like. Well, all right then. Let's go look at it from another angle. Bulldog.
He has racist.
You said it right early on. He is on the edge, and he goes over the line constantly, and he has no reprimand done to him whatsoever. And I love Bulldog, and I do. So there's not really much I'm going to be saying bad about him. But he used to say, and he got picked up by one of the pro players who told him to stop being racist. Ming Lees. He's on about Ming Lees all the time in his games.
He did.
And that's quoting him. He says Ming Lees. And obviously I think that's a far more insulting comment than Ching Chong.
Well, is that just calling us John Smiths because they're common names?
Well, isn't it? It's a bit worse than that, isn't it? But
I don't know, is it?
I think the problem is with offence, it's taken, not given. Like I could say things about you guys all day, and if you chose to ignore it and weren't offended, then no one's offended. So what's the problem?
Mm-hmm.
It's, people take offence at things, and that's why you get all these people that go on TV and sort of complain about things that snowflake stuff that shouldn't really offend anyone, but because they've got nothing better to do with their days, all of a sudden you're discussing whether you're allowed man-sized tissues anymore because it's sexist.
And another comment he makes is Kokonas. That's
I heard that the other day.
That's racist towards Americans, I think. And he's always going on about American education and pretty belittling to Americans. No wonder he didn't get his visa.
Look at it from another angle, then, right? If you were to go see a comedian, and they made some edgy jokes,
yes,
would you be bothered by that?
No.
However,
no, because they're doing it for the entertainment factor.
Frankie Boyle, Mock the Week.
Yeah.
So he was a well-liked comedian that's edgy. Got kicked off a show. So Bulldog, I think it's just been afforded a lot more leeway than some of the ones that are active in rosters at the moment. And he's active though. He's active for Alliance as an official streamer, and he's a partner with Alliance. So yeah, if you're going to be strict on the rules, let's be strict across the board and don't just punish individuals.
Well, if you're forgetting that one event, you look at the teams who are doing the punishing there. So they're leaving it up to the teams to decide what they believe is acceptable and what they believe is an acceptable punishment for that. And if Alliance don't think that anything Bulldog's saying or doing is too far, then he's going to carry on.
Mind control for Team Liquid.
What did he say?
That Hitler should have killed all Russians. And he got a big fine. He did get a big fine for that.
He did.
That's up there.
That's a good insult. I've not heard that one before.
However,
he had a good go though, didn't he?
If Major goes to Russia, in Moscow or somewhere, is mind control going to get banned from Russia because the Russian government are going to apply pressure?
He'll just never leave.
He'll just disappear. He'll go there and that's it. He'll just go missing after the event.
Yeah, he'll miss that tournament.
So yeah, I think banning them players from events, DPC events, scoring events, shouldn't be allowed. It should be.
Should they look into people's past behaviour?
It should go through Valve. And Valve should ultimately give the deciding vote on it. But we shall see. We shall see.
What's your thoughts, audience?
Well, how are they going to take? I mean, we've got Twitter handles down there now. You could tweet us.
Yeah, tweet us. Any racial comments you want to throw our ways?
Yeah, please don't. Yes, I'm English. Yes, I like cups of tea. Leave me alone.
Oh, I'd love a cup of tea.
I thought you were Kosovan.
Kosovan?
You should look like a Kosovan migrant.
Like that, is it? Okay. You look like a Kona, whatever.
Do you take offence at that, sir?
No. I don't know. I've never met a Kosovan. Maybe they're really nice people.
I think they will.
I've heard they're all hipsters.
Just before we get banned, let's move on. So moving away from all the racing, racing's been taken care of now. We've got that hard segment out of the way. Most difficult one to talk about. I think we've handled it pretty well. Let's go into the
most offensive item.
7.20, 7.20 Bravo, 7.20 Charlie, and the numerous 7.2 alphabet all the way to Z that's bound to be happening in the next couple of weeks. What's our first initial thoughts on it? Tom, go!
I hate it. Oh my god, everything's broken. I was on such a win streak with Venge and I was doing well. And then everything changed. Ice Frog, what have you done? And now I am.
Well, you haven't got that any MR to lose, so.
Mate, my solo, I nearly hit Crusader. And yeah. I am 5-star. What's the next one? What's on my Guardian? Is that the 2-star one? I'm not Herald.
Guardian Crusader, I think.
You'll always be our resident Herald.
That is correct. My party MMR is always Herald.
So you're our Herald. You're our resident Herald. But go on, Henrik. What's your opinion?
I like it. I think it's a massive change, and it's what Dota needed. There you go. I think it got stagnant.
It did.
I like the new map.
But it's that winning all the time. Yeah, it's horrible when that happens. When you
I've
get the game and understand everything.
People like Tom were just getting. People like Tom, where's my finger? On the map. People like Tom are just getting used to the actual mechanics of it and starting to master it, and then
It's doing good.
or changes.
I'm a slow learner. You heard me read.
I found it mega hard, like to win games, and I'm not even playing bad in these games. It's just the amount of toxic people. Like we're going on about toxic people from earlier. Wow.
It's like everyone's thought, oh, new patch. I know. I've seen someone stream this hero. I'll play them. It's like,
yes.
Even before the patch, you've never played this hero, and now you've seen someone play it once on stream.
And just be dicks about it. People being dicks about it as well. It's like massively.
Well, let's just start on a more positive note here then. The things that I like the new map. I like the fact that if you lose your tier 1 towers, the jungle is no longer a no-go zone for you. Because it's high ground, you can see people approaching. Whereas before, once you've lost your tier 1 tower, that's pretty much it. The jungle was just a really dangerous area to hang around in. So that being changed, I think, is really, really good. I like the fact that some of the heroes have been reworked. I think some heroes needed reworking because they were boring to play.
But it wasn't played.
Or they just weren't played. And I also like the fact that they've changed up some of the item sets as well.
Have you? Has anyone bought a crown yet?
Yeah, I buy it for loads of my items.
No, it's just me then.
But, so I'm on the other side to Rick. I don't like the new map. Well, I do and I don't like the new map. So, like Rick said, I agree with like it changes things up and it rejuvenates the stagnant side of it. However, as a support player in my solo rank, not with you guys.
I was going to say, you play support.
Warding. I mean, you'll know because you play support.
Yes, I do. Ward.
Moving from the old map to the new map with warding. One, you've got to learn the new warding spots. Two, there's so much more space to ward now. To try and find like the.
You put them on stairs.
The AOE of wards is huge now. I that's one of my broken things. I think. I
just can't ward it all to try and give that coverage.
I want to buy 2 wards, and I want to last all game. I want to give me all the vision.
So you can buy a quick Aethys lens.
Aethys lens and Kaya.
Kaya, yeah.
That's it.
And now, I can buy Kaya and... What?
Yasha.
Sand and Yasha.
No, not Sans and Yasha. Kaya and Yasha.
Yeah, no.
Or Yasha and Kaya.
Yeah. I can buy all the things.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's a good buff.
Which I am yet to buy. I think I bought my first earlier on in Turbo. I think even that was probably Sand and Yasha.
What about the heroes then? What heroes have you discovered that are broken?
So I've picked out a few. I think
Dazzle me.
Dazzle is a very strong hero.
I can't play him. I tried.
Even against Axe.
Yeah. I think Lion is totally broken right now. As a core Lion player, I would say, I've probably got nearly 40% of all of my games have been Lion games, and he's OP right now. I honestly believe he's broken.
Oh, with his ult?
Yes. Yeah. I think the way to balance that out is just get rid of the 3-second bit afterwards. Make it so it's got to be a kill with a finger. Yeah, I think that would fix it. Either that or reduce the amount of damage increase.
It's a tough one. Because like I say, I also play a lot of Lion, and I'll use my finger to initiate rather than secure the kill. But with a new, we mentioned this earlier, we think 7.2 is designed to bring the fights, get the fights in there, get matches over quicker. It's all about no pussy. It's go go go. It's kill or die.
It's there's so many heroes with similar sort of mechanics. So like the stealing of skills. So you've got the Slark stealing agility. You got the
fucking Slark. I hate them.
You've got the Lion stealing damage. Well, not stealing damage or gaining damage on his ult. You've got the Underlord. He gets a trophy now. Atrophy. Is that it?
Atrophiora.
Yeah. So he gets a
What, perma?
Yeah, he gets a permanent one. I didn't know that until yesterday.
I don't mind playing him.
Well, ding, 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 no.
I don't like PA's new ability.
Oh, the invis.
The ghost one. So it's not. It's passive blur, isn't it? It was passive, but now it's active.
Now, no, the blur is still passive, but you've also got the ability using that slot to go invis.
Yeah. And
AIDS.
earlier on in a pro game, earlier on, OG versus Alliance stomped him, and like the PA's like got permanent Moonlight Shadow, basically just one hit critting people. And it's just bonkers.
I know the one hit crit when you play,
especially on the PA. PA is quite a strong hero anyway, and to buff her like that, it makes her a bit unplayable.
Gotta make a banner.
Well, we say she's a strong hero, but we didn't get or see her being played much as a carry in any of the main events, did we?
Yeah, but at our level, going down to the trenches.
Yeah, I don't think that they patch for us. They patch for the pro games.
Patch for me.
Because everyone just ends up copying, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get raped by Dazzling Game. That's what made me play. I didn't see anyone play Dazzle.
The poison and the slow.
Yeah, I just couldn't kill anyone. And it was the team not focusing Dazzle. It was focusing the people that they would then Shallow Grave, and you're like, well, they can't die. And rather than focusing on Dazzle.
Given that he gets so many kills now, I've seen that if he can get a Octarine core, he can basically give people permanent Shallow Grave. There's something like once he's got Octarine and Axe, it's a 3-second cooldown.
Wow.
3 seconds on Shallow Grave.
And that's lasts 5, doesn't it?
It cools down quicker, than it takes to wear off a hero. So you can basically permanently grave them.
That's naughty.
It's either you or them, though, isn't it? Depends how far away you are.
And that's what I mean. That's the other thing, isn't it? Is that you've got to kill the Dazzle.
Yeah.
Terrorblade's dropped off as well, isn't
he? Yeah.
That was always going to happen.
What do you think about
it? That much?
He was. Yeah, I mean, he was the carry hero to pick every game you would see a Terrorblade, and it was boring to watch.
I liked playing Terrorblade before he was fashionable, and
and I'm the hipster.
All right, mate, calm down. Mind your neck in. Oh, I remember my first beer. From his hipster drink bottle. So
wait. No. You don't drink beer, you big girl's blouse.
So yeah, I do.
Don't offend him.
That's why I remember my first beer. I don't drink anymore.
Do you like it?
But going from Terrorblade, then you got like another carry stepping up and taking over from the initial 7.2, Meepo.
Get it out my games.
When I knew I was in a game against a Meepo, I was like, what's the fucking point? What is the point? I'm getting fisted by a hedgehog here. It's fucking horrible.
I want to know where all the good Meepo players have suddenly appeared from. Because I know he's been buffed, but he's still not an easy hero to play.
It's micro intensive.
You're still going to have micro skills, good mechanical skills, blah, 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 blah. But when you see him on the opposite team, you know you're in for a shit time.
And when I get him on my team, he's shit.
It's the same with like Monkey King, isn't it? If Monkey King on your team, potato. Opposite team, God.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely needed nerfs, and I think that came in. And I've not really seen him that much in my games recently. So thank you, Mr. Frog. That was a well-received nerf.
What about Slark? We're seeing a lot of Slark picks.
Yeah, I like Slark. Yeah, I think he's pretty broken.
That's it. 4 Wraith bands, and off you go. Start killing everything that moves.
So you say this. So let's go away from the heroes and move on to the items. The three items that I feel are fucking massively overpowered are Bracer, Wraith Band, and Null Talisman. And the Null Talisman, oh my god. You get 3 of them, that's 9% extra damage.
Yes.
It's such good item, such value.
it's all geared towards, and I said this from when I read the patch notes, everything is geared towards getting people killing other teams faster. They're on about accelerating the game. They want the kills to come thick and fast. They want it to happen from the first couple of minutes, and I'm down with that. It's a total different playstyle, but watching it, that's what I want from a game. I want action from minute one. I don't want it to be like League of Legends where they farm for 45 minutes and then there's one team wipe and that's the end of the game.
Skyrath Mage then, with max amount with 5-0 talisman. Unplayable
Yes.
against it. I said that to you the other day. That was too easy and I felt sorry for the other team.
I don't.
Not
it's
that
the way
much, we
forward.
got 3 MMR that I'd lost a lot of, but...
Just take it.
Spam them items and... Alright, then go... I was DK against like an Invoker and that the other day, and I just got 3 braces. Just that give me 18 because it's 6% magic resistance on each of the braces.
There is, yes.
So I got 18%. I think that they need to be nerfed in a way that it's going to be like the percentage incremental needs to be one incremental per hero, so they're not going to stack up on each other.
I was going to say they'll change it so they don't stack.
I don't agree with that. I want it kept as it is.
You don't play Skyrath.
This is awkward.
I do play Skyrath.
You do.
No, it needs to be
done. You don't win as MMR.
I seem to play fine on solo. Anyway, I moved on to other items then. I think we've already touched on this one. Yeah, the Yasha and Kea is an amazing buffed item.
Yeah.
Combining those two is amazing. For people that...
I'm glad that Kea combines now.
Yeah, you get that extra slot back.
Standalone. Yeah. A standalone item that everyone needs.
The additional stats, it's just... for someone that plays the type of hero that would pick that up, it's a brilliant thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I do like... I don't know how I felt about the deny change to gold.
I like that. I think it puts more onus on the support trying to get the... Especially because you need to learn to deny more. So, yeah. So...
Yes, this is... I mean, I like
more incentive for you to deny. And you get the XP, and it limits so much XP from going to the other heroes.
No, denies no longer give the deny 25 XP.
They're not? Alright, and well, denies
you
money.
You don't get any XP.
No XP,
gold.
just gold. It's 20% of gold buy. Which,
no, you don't get it as
a
a support, but you're denying them XP, getting the XP.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So, although you might not be getting the extra 25% to level up faster, you're denying them experience, and I think it makes it so much more important.
Support, it takes me longer to get levels when I can't deny.
Did you just say that? A learning support.
Lowly support. All my money spent on the friggin' awards.
I'm a support and I need levels. No, you don't.
I need to get to level 10 as Shaman so I can get me plus 20% XP perk, and then I'm happy.
That's what tomes are for.
You need the gold to buy tomes and to buy wards.
Yeah.
And it's a tome every 10 minutes.
Though I'm wondering, right, whether we're going to see the meta shift in such a way that they're going to be actively stopping supports, denying, and trying to get the carries to just do both, as many last hits and as many denies as possible for that gold
just
increase.
To boost them.
Yeah.
Fair one. Well, my MMR's in 3-4. I'm not going to lie, I've lost about 300 MMR now. Tom's is. What about you, Rick? How's yours? Your MMR?
My solo's going up, because I've been spamming Skyrath.
You dickhead.
It's the way to go up is spam a broken hero, as Chuck knows.
Yes.
I guess boring now. I like playing a multitude of heroes.
You have got quite a large hero pool, to be fair. You're shit with all of them, but...
What about the TP slot, boys?
That's
nice. I like it.
That's nice.
I like it a lot.
I did like it to start off with. Getting used to, and I had to put my mouse, because I've got my little...
Sponsored by?
My Razer Naga. That I use them quite a lot for my items and that. But getting used to not having... Because I had a specific slot that I had for my...
Lovely looking mouse.
For my TP. And now I've had to change it completely because it doesn't go in those slots. So then I have to basically put it onto one of the top buttons of the mouse.
Yeah, I have been caught out a couple of times by trying to double press a button.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah. I'm like, why is it not working?
See, I've reassigned my tab key, which usually brings up the scoreboard. I've reassigned that to be my TP slot, and that works perfectly because you just hit it with your pinky finger and off you go.
I have my tab as my next unit, so for micro and units.
My tab selects all units.
Oh, you got
a micro anyway.
I was about to say, why, Tom?
I don't know why. When I get an illusion rune by accident.
So
got.
What changes would we like to see then from this?
I want to see him shrink the ward vision down.
I want to go to 719.
I remember.
All right, where's Doc Brown?
Yeah, I reckon. Get the DeLorean.
Tom's chin wouldn't be able to pace the time continuum. It would get stuck in like as it's going. Stop.
Wedge his chin in the future and his legs in the past. What an arsehole. Anyway, yeah, I think they need to reduce the AoE of wards. I think it's actively punishing Invis heroes at the moment. And I hate Invis heroes, but I think, to me, it feels unbalanced right now.
I like scanning the roach pit because the chin knows, and I like to be validated.
Fair enough. You do have the spidey senses for Roshin.
I do.
I'm not necessarily up for any more changes. I think I just need a little bit more time to adjust to this patch.
Also, I'm also thankful for Tranquil Boots no longer being brought on cooldown.
Got the right click.
By right clicking the creep, yeah. Oh, yeah, but they've totally murdered phase boots.
Yeah.
I can't like that.
Can't figure them out.
Well, basically, if you right-click a hero, you'll run towards them faster. But when you run away, it doesn't do anything.
No escape.
So you can't phase through creep waves. You can't use the boost when you need it. And to me, they've reduced the amount of mechanical skill needed by taking away the active on phase boost. I
don't like it, but I do like a passive item.
Well, hopefully. Anyone got anything else to say or add to this podcast?
I don't know how I feel about seeing your two faces when we do these.
I think I like it. It's a different venture, and I think it probably open us up to a bit more people. More abuse, and we'll be putting out on traditional methods. So using our Anchor app to push it out to Apple, Spotify, and all the Android sort of market. But I think this will be we're setting up a separate YouTube account. I think to publish these on. I don't think it'd be fair if I stuck it on mine.
Make a Send Noobs account.
So we'll make a Send Noobs one, and I'll put the link in the description of this. Wherever
don't forget to subscribe.
Watching or listening.
Subscribe now. Subscribe now.
Not yet.
Link in the comments.
Hit the bell and look for notifications now. Shut up. We're not one of them idiots.
You can now get us on Patreon.
No. This is for fun. This is what we like to do.
Shits and gigs.
We're old and weird and decrepit.
If Brewdog want to give me beer, I will drink it on stream.
Just
until I pass out. That's fine. There we go. I think it's time to go play some Dotes, boys.
Yeah, so from everyone at Send Noobs, to myself, Lady Beard, as put down there. You've got Stabby McGee, aka Tom, and you've got Smitty, aka Rick with a C. Rick with a C, down below. Got our Twitter handles, and thanks for joining us, and hope you tune in again.
What was that?
That's my little.
Super gay.
Start streaming. Right, so no more shit now.
Wait, do we You started already.
I'm just getting it on. I'm just getting it on. Because I need to get it on to... So I can get it set up. Well, with the right... Oh, for fuck's sake, Tom.
Thomas!
Turn your mic down.
We're getting banned within 30 seconds. Hit him straight.